Hello there, welcome back to the channel. Thank you as always for clicking play. This is episode 22 of our Estudiantes save, and as you can see, it's the end of season awards, so we're just going to have a little look through everything that's gone on this season, just have a little overview of the competitions and things like that, and then just have a quick talk about the plans for the second season. So we'll get started straight away with the end of season awards, and the player of the season has gone to Nahuel Estevez. Gaston Campi and Jonathan Shunker came in second and third. Goal of the season was also Nahuel Estevez, and it was against Gimnasia Mendoza, so this was in the Copa Argentina game that we played off camera before the Argentinos matches in the last video. So let's just have a quick look at this one, because you guys won't have seen it. So it was a corner that came in. Thomas Ozes, one of our great young prospects, gave it to Estevez, who smashed it in. It was a brilliant goal. It was the winner in the game, right into that top corner. It was a fabulous, fabulous strike. Probably well worth winning, to be fair. Signing of the season is Jonier Viveros. Now, I need to talk to you about him as well. Young player of the season is Nahuel Estevez, so absolutely smashed it, hasn't he, Nahuel Estevez? He's got the fans player of the season, he's got the goal of the season, he's got the young player of the season. You can probably see up here a story about Viveros. As I say, we'll just have a look at that in a second. I am full of cold today, and I really badly need a haircut, don't I? Look at that, it's awful. My wife's a hairdresser. Shh. Don't tell anyone, I need to get a haircut. Right, so the dressing room atmosphere is poor. That's interesting. That's a bit of a worry. Why has that suddenly gone down? That is very worrying. The managerial support is excellent, but the dressing room atmosphere is poor. I'm not really sure how that's happened. End of season confidence review. The board are pleased. What percentage are we at? 57%. We finished second in the league, and we're at 57%. Major highlight was the win over Union Santa Fe in the Super League Cup first round. But the 5-2 defeat to Boca is the yeah, not surprising. Season injury report, don't really need to worry about that. Players will report back for training on the 8th of July, so they've got quite a long time off, haven't they? About 7 weeks. Wow. So Jonier Viveros, he came to me saying he wanted more first team football. Lucas Rodriguez, of course, has been playing out on the left wing for most of it. And I had a look at the squad, and we've got Matthias Pellegrini and Emiliano Ozuna, who I'll show you in a second. They're both going to be competing with Lucas Rodriguez for the left wing spot, so I figured we could let him go. You saw they was given the signing of the season because he only cost us 18 grand. He's valued at 3.7 million. So if I can sell him for anything, we'll make a massive profit. So I told him he's going to have to wait. I can't guarantee him the football. He wasn't happy, and it escalated to the point where I've desperately got to sell him. And yeah, that is going to be one of the things that we do. Look, once we get a bit further into the video, we don't need as big a squad for next season because we don't have continental competition. Viveros is now very much surplus to requirements. This one, facilities downgraded. This one, due to technological advances, the club's facilities no longer rank where they once did. The training facilities may have been affected, so let's request improved. Enhance the club reputation. To help our players reach their potential. We feel the current facilities are good enough. No. Urge you to reconsider. Oh, they rejected it. That's not good, is it? That's not going to help us get through. That is really not going to help us as we try and build the club up into the ultimate aim of the series, is it? That's really, really annoyed me, actually. Juan Sebastian Veron, you're a club legend, but you've just gone down in my estimations there. That's something that we're going to fight for over the summer, I think. Right, let's just have a quick look at the competition overview. So, top half was the expectation. We finished second. We only lost the title on the last day, and we're at 55%. What am I supposed to... Top half of the table is 13th and up, we finished second. So how are they not happier than 55%? What would it be if we'd won the league? 60%? I mean, what do they... Surely that should be at least 80%. We finished second. This is for the upcoming Copa Argentina, where we've got Guillermo Brown from the Division 2, or the Primera Nacional. Oh, this cold is killing me. It's man flu, it's not good. And the Superliga Cup, we did what we needed to do. So we met the objective there, and it's 50%. I really don't get that. That is really, really bizarre. So, of course, looking at the schedule, it is still, at the moment, we haven't crossed over into the next season. We have one match lined up, and that is that Copa Argentina 6th round match, which is on the 17th of August. If we have a look back here, the Superliga kicked off on the 10th of August. So it looks like we'll have a Superliga game before the Copa Argentina. But this is the big thing, isn't it, of course, because we've had 4 teams go down, which is Argentinos Juniors, Gimnasia La Plata, our rivals, and the 2 San Martin clubs. But if you have a look at the Primera B Nacional, and we have a look at the... Oh, God, I hate it when it does this, the league table, you can see that Chacarita Juniors and Gimnasia Mendoza are the only 2 clubs coming up. So we're going to have 2 clubs less in the Superliga. So it's going to be interesting to see what we have. I don't think there's anything in the rules for the Superliga yet, or the structure. Is there anything in the structure? No, because it's still set to clubs 25 promotion. Yeah, see, it's still set to this season at the moment, so that's going to be interesting. Teams placed 23rd to 26th go down, but there's nothing there to say what's going to happen next season. So that'll be interesting. So we'll find that out when we come back for the first game of next season. Right, so we do have quite a few transfers already lined up to come in. As you can see, we've got 5 there. We have agreed a couple since I last said anything. We've got this kid coming in, a 16-year-old, so obviously not one for the first team at the minute. It doesn't even look that great, to be honest, but it bolsters the youth squad. And then we've got Nicolas Lozano coming in, a 21-year-old striker. I like the look of him, but he's going to be playing in the reserves next season, or we'll get him out on loan. But his finishing is really good. His dribbling, his first touch is really good. He's quick off the mark, but he's one again to bolster the numbers more than anything. He's coming in on a free, so it's no risk. And those 3 guys I have already shown you. But of course, what that means is we have an awfully big squad, and next season we have no continental competition. So next season we only have the Superliga. Now it will depend if there'll be 24 teams in the Superliga. So if it ends up being like the Football League in England is at the minute, home and away, 46 game season, we're going to need a fairly hefty squad. If it ends up being similar to this season, where you only play each team once and then you have a cup competition, we're not going to need a very big squad, because we're only going to be playing every weekend. There are going to be very, very few midweek matches, and if that's the case, we're going to have to get rid of quite a lot of players. You can see here we do have a lot of players either ending their loans or going off on frees. We've talked about Mariano Pavoni, Rodrigo Branya and Gaston Fernandez before. They're all going on frees. Gaspar Iniguez and Lucas Zelarayen are end of loans, and Israel De Monte comes back to the club, but his contract runs out at the end of the season as well, so we're going to let him go. He's been out on loan at Huracan, but he hasn't pulled up any trees. He's 37. I was going to say if we had a continental competition, I might have kept him, but I wouldn't. So I mean, you look at that, and I mean, that's some decent wage that we're getting rid of there. To be fair, some good wage bills getting rid of. Nicolas Lozano, he's in on trial because I'm going to do some friendlies before they disappear. Oh no, they've gone on holiday, haven't they? When did they come back? The 8th of July, was it? Something like that. So we'll get some tournaments in, and he's just on trial with the club. It came up as an option that I could bring him in on trial until he joins, so I did it, and then they've gone on holiday, haven't they? Of course, so he's not getting paid, so it doesn't matter, does it? we've got a lot of players out of contract at the end of this coming season, as you can see. So we're going to have a real big summer, I think, coming up. A couple of players I did want to show you then. So we've got Bautista Caixinha. I have shown you these guys before. Look at those green arrows. He is improving massively. He's coming back to the club to play a part. Franco Zivetti's coming back, but I will probably either stick him in the reserves because he's not good enough, or we'll get him out on loan again. Matthias Pellegrini's coming back. As you can see, really good looking young player, left winger, so this is why we don't need Jonier Viveros. And the other one was Emiliano Ozuna. He's coming back. He's really quick and he's got decent crossing, and he will definitely be challenging for that left wing position. So it's just, he's not, Jonier Viveros is just not needed. The only problem is he's got a contract until 2023, and as you can see there, he's complaining to his teammates at the moment, which is not good. I need to get rid of him, which we will do one way or another. I will get rid of him over the summer. So that is about it. But as you can see, we've got a lot of players there. We've called up Andres Ayala. We've called up Mario Gatti. So we've got Matthias Pellegrini coming back. We've got Geronimo Portao, a good young goalkeeper. So we've got quite a swollen squad. The top 6 players obviously won't be here. But even if you bring it down to Nicolas Lozano down, that's still an awfully big squad, isn't it? So we do. I mean, a lot of these are going to end up going out on loan. Of course, you're gonna have that. You're going to have clubs coming in for loan players. So it's going to be really bad. But in terms of finances, we haven't really got any. That money is just disappearing massively. The projection is awful. I've shown you this in previous videos. Feel free to pause that if you want to have a quick look at that. But it's not looking good. We have managed to get the transfer revenue retained up to 75%. So if I can, the idea is that I sell some players without really bringing anybody in, or only bringing in a couple of loan players maybe, or if players get transfer listed and they're good value. The idea is that I swell the coffers for when we're in the Copa Libertadores in 2020. That is the plan anyway. But what we're going to do is we're going to leave it there for now. Oh, one thing I did want to show you quickly. The reserves ended up finishing second in the reserves division, obviously. 4 points behind Boca. Rings a bell, doesn't it? And the under-20s finished third in their group behind Independiente and Racing. So brilliant season at all levels of the club, which gives us a lot of hope going forward. I mean, I've shown you before. If you didn't watch it, go back and watch. Was it episode 13 or something like that? It was the we had one with the Stars of the Future. I'll link to it down below, or it'll have popped up somewhere up there. Go and have a look at that, and have a look at some of these guys in a bit more detail, because there is some ridiculous talent coming up. And in October, we'll get our next batch. So I can't wait for that. But that is it, guys. Yeah, it ended ultimately in disappointment this season. You can see our top goal scorer was Piscalici. Facundo Sanchez was our highest average rating. So how now Estevez got the player of the season, I don't know. Lucas Rodriguez was excellent for us. Yeah, it's just been a really promising season. It's a shame that in real life they didn't qualify for the 2019 Libertadores. But we've done it. We've got them into the 2020 Lib. Let's hope we can get our first silverware over the course of the next season or two. In terms of next season, then, just as we finish, as I say, because we've got no continental competition, and the real aim to begin with is to win the Libertadores, I'm going to try and fly through. It depends what happens with the structure of Superliga. If it is only 23 games and a Superliga Cup, then we'll fly through that in maybe half a dozen episodes of the league, maybe 5, play 3 or 4 games off camera, and the Superliga Cup. If it's a 46 game season, then we'll probably get through it in about 10 episodes. I want to really get through the second season, try and win the Copa Argentina, try and win the Superliga. But It's all about 2020. Provided we keep our jobs, of course. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this series so far, guys. And support has been fantastic. I've loved doing it so far. I'm really, really enjoying it. This save is not going anywhere, despite what is happening on the channel with the Save Our Season series, which, if you haven't checked out yet, that will be out. In fact, it came out yesterday, the intro, and there'll be another episode out today, and then daily until I end that series. So yeah, make sure you check it out. It's quite a busy time on the channel. I'm loving it. Hope you are too. Links down below for everything. Smash your like, subscribe, notifications, yada yada yada. You know what to do. See you for season 2 very, very soon. Adios, amigos. Adios.